Hi guys and welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, you're actually here on a very good video because I'm going to be doing a little Q&A today. I always get questions asked on my TikTok, my Instagram and my YouTube, so I thought I've just picked my favourite questions and I'm just going to go through them with you. Let's get started. Okay, first question. How old were you when you started riding, and did you ever think you'd have a horse like Bali? Now, I was probably about 7 or 8 when I first started having riding lessons. I started at Fox's Riding School, and I always used to ride the same pony. His name was Daz, and he was just the cutest. I will try and put a little picture here so you can see what he looked like and how young I actually was. I was so small. And then after that, I went to maybe a couple other riding schools, but not very long. And then I didn't really ride again after that. My parents promised that I could get a horse when I left school, and so I just held on to that promise, and I just didn't really do much with horses after that. I was still obsessed with horses. My wall was covered in pictures of horses, and I always knew I was going to have a horse. I had always been a horse girl, always wanted to be a horse girl, but it was just easier for my parents to get me one when I left school, so I had more time to look after it myself, and I was just a bit more responsible as well. So as soon as I left school, I took my dad up on the offer and I was like, can we get the horse now? Yay! I didn't have a massive budget, but I found lady on, I think it was Pre-Loved I found her on, and she was a 16-hand X-race horse. Now, bearing in mind, I have not ridden a horse in 9-10 years. So yeah, it was a big horse to get, but you know, I absolutely we're not from a horsey background, so I didn't really know much about buying horses. Didn't get her vetted, just went to see her a couple of times. I sat on her for about 5 minutes, and the man was like, well, you're the first one she hasn't thrown off, and I was like, that's it, I want this one. And my dad was like, are you sure? Do you know how to ride? And I'm like, yeah, it's like riding a bike. You don't just forget how to ride. I can sit on a horse and steer it around, you know. So yeah, that's how I ended up with Lady Dynamite, my X-race horse, as my first horse, and everyone thought I was absolutely insane. Everyone was like, you need to get rid of that horse, you know. Every horrible livery yard that I went to was just all old. I was 16 years old, and I had these 30, 40-year-old women just being like, oh, you shouldn't have a horse like that, it's just meh. And I was doing fine. I was absolutely doing fine. Considering I basically learnt to ride on that horse, yeah, it was an adventure, that's for sure. She was terrifying a lot of the time, but no, I absolutely loved her to bits. I owned her for about three years, I think. Yeah, because I wasn't long 18 when I sold her, because I was just getting into going out, and I just got a boyfriend, and literally the horse was just taking all of my money and all of my time. Literally every penny that I earned, because I worked for my mum and dad, was just going on the horse. And it got to the point where I was like, oh, I can't do this anymore. I just wasn't enjoying it. I wasn't getting the most out of it, because obviously in the end, me and Lady probably weren't the best match, but I learned a lot from that horse, and we had the best times, so I would never change it for the world. And yeah, that was how I started into riding. And then it was, I think I had about a 3 or 4 year break before I got Bali. I got Bali in 2019, and yeah, it's been the best thing I've ever done. She is absolutely just the perfect horse. The next question is, what's your favourite thing to do when you're not riding? My favourite thing to do when I'm not riding is grooming. I love grooming. I love everything about it. Bathing, brushing, plaiting, clipping. Clipping is my favourite. I love clipping days. I mean, I am a dog groomer, so it's just something I'm good at it, so it's really fun. But I absolutely love bathing, love brushing, just absolutely love everything to do with grooming. I'll spend all day, and Bali loves it as well, which makes it even better, because she'll stand there all day and let me groom her. She loves being bathed. It's just the nicest thing ever. So that is definitely my favourite thing to do when I'm not riding. And that actually takes me on to another question, which is, what's the most used thing in your grooming kit? The most used thing in my grooming kit at the moment would have to be a magic brush, obviously. I think that's quite an obvious one. But the second thing is the no rinse shampoo. No rinse shampoo is an absolute lifesaver in the winter, because you can wash your horse, keep them clean. keep them from getting like any sort of skin issues and stuff like that, but you don't have to get them absolutely saturated. You can literally just mix a little bit in a bucket of water and use a sponge, rub it in, and then they just dry off and that's it. So that's probably like my favourite thing in my grooming kit at the moment. I use the Equine America Fungatrol, I think it's called, and that is like antibacterial, antifungal shampoo. And that is great for any sort of like scurfy skin or anything like that. If they're getting sweaty, it just gets out any other bacteria from the sweat, so they're not going to get like skin infections and all sorts. And the other one I'm using at the minute is the NAF Warming No Rinse shampoo, and that one is also really, really nice. It's like smells really good, and it's good for their muscles and all sorts like that, and it's good for getting the sweat off and things. So that's my favourite thing in the grooming kit at the moment. The next question is, what's your go-to riding outfit and favourite equestrian clothing brand? Don't even get me started. When I first got Bali, I had it on a cow farm. It was a livery yard, but like there was cows everywhere, and it stank. The place stank. It was a lovely yard. Like, don't get me wrong. Like a lot of people will know it was Brooklyn. The yard was so nice, but it did absolutely stink. It was so muddy and it was so gross. So I always just wore really scruffy clothes. Like I never had anything nice. I always wore jeans to ride in, and yeah, that was basically it. So when I moved off that yard, I was like, right, that's it. I'm getting all matchy sets, the base layers, the leggings, can't wait, like nice boots and everything. And I just went a bit mad. I got loads. Like, I literally had so many matching outfits. And I literally, last year, I sold all of my riding clothes because I hated them so much. I don't understand this, like, trend of riding in, like, skin-tight clothes. Like, it's just not for me whatsoever. It's not comfortable. I feel like I can't breathe. And it just shows up everything. You can't hide anything in these skin-tight outfits. Anyway, so I have moved on to breeches and polo shirts and hoodies. I just keep it classy, keep it casual, keep it comfortable. So at the minute I wear Premier Equine breeches. They are my absolute favourite. I've got a few pairs of those now, and I have them in black, grey and a denim colour as well. And then I wear HV polo shirts. They are just absolutely stunning. And I've got 3 and they're all exactly the same, but they're all different colours. And they are so cute. Let me show you one. So these are the HV polo shirts. And they are just so cute, and they just look dead classy, and they're just nice, and they just go with everything. So it's just, that is my favourite riding outfit. And then hoodies as well. I just wear hoodies all the time in the winter. But overall, my favourite equestrian clothing brand has to be Shire's Aubrion. They are just not bigged up enough. Like, I absolutely love them. Their leggings are really good. You do have to size down in the leggings, but the leggings are so good. The hoodies are so nice, and the quality of them, they last ages, and I've got most of mine in the sale, and most of them have been like £20-30 for a hoodie. The coat I've got, the green coat that I wear in all my videos, that's Aubrion. Oh, I just love that coat. It's a riding coat. I had what are those Equestrian dry coats. I had one of them because they were a big trend, weren't they? So I bought one of those. I absolutely hated it. It was so long. It literally drowned me, and it was so heavy. And I could not wear it anywhere other than the yard, because like I'm not walking around in a giant horse coat. So I ended up selling that, and I got the Aubrion one, and I wear that all the time. I wear it outside the yard, like for work. And then obviously I wear it too. I don't wear it outside of work because it is a yard coat. But it is so nice, very stylish, and it's my favourite colour, which is green. So yeah, Aubrion, hands down, have to be my favourite. I think I've got an Aubrion hoodie on now. I have indeed. Yeah, Aubrion has to be, Shire's Aubrion have to be, hands down, my absolute favourite brand. But you do have to size down the leggings, I've found. Okay, what is the next question? Do you ever feel shy filming videos, or does it feel natural now? Now, I love this question because I feel like when you're starting out with TikTok and YouTube and stuff like that, talking to the camera is so daunting. Like, it is so nerve-wracking. And even now, I still get nervous at the yard, even though at the yard we are all friends. No one cares what I'm doing whatsoever. Everyone just ignores me. I've said to everyone, like, I do YouTube, TikTok, whatever. They all know what I do. They all follow me on there. They all follow me, my biggest fans. So it's But even now, even with that, I still get nervous at the yard, even though I've got a mic now as well. So I don't have to talk very loud to be able to like talk to the camera. I don't have to talk directly to the camera, which has helped a lot. So if you do find it's hard to talk to the camera, get yourself a little mic. Like, you can get cheap ones, or you can get like I've got the DJI one, and this one's really, really good. But yeah, having a mic has helped a lot. Talking to the camera, I found like when I first started, I just find it so hard. Like, I would stutter, I couldn't get the words out. And I found, I always said to myself, like, just film it as if you're sending it, as if I'm sending it to one of my friends. So I would film it as if I was sending it on Snapchat or something like that. And it just made it so much easier to be able to like talk to myself. Like, I do talk to myself out loud anyway, so that makes it a bit easier. But yeah, I think definitely trying to talk as if you're talking to one of your friends makes it so much easier than trying to talk to yourself or talking like just to the camera. But I do feel like I'm definitely a lot better at it now than I used to be. Like, when I recently watched back one of my old YouTube videos, which was about 4 years ago, and I was I was just absolutely wetting myself because I was like, hi, my voice was really weird. I don't know why my voice was doing this. And it was like, hi, welcome to my vlog. So yeah, I'm just got to the yard and I'm gonna go and ride Bali. And I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a round on the farm, on the gallop track, and then we'll go in the school. I'm gonna have a little groom. So and it was just very, very awkward. So I've definitely gotten more natural at talking to the camera as the years have gone by, but it just takes practice, and it just takes, you do have to tell you, and I still have to tell myself this now, like, nobody cares. No one cares. Like, if someone else was at the yard and they were filming videos and talking to the camera, like, I would not care. So why would anyone care that I'm doing it? So you have just got to get out of your own head and get out of your own way as well, because you will get in your own way if you're like trying to make videos and you're getting nervous. You're the reason for that, because nobody else cares what you're doing. So the next question is, what inspired you to start sharing your equestrian journey with Bali on social media? Now, I've always been one for taking a lot of videos and a lot of pictures anyway. And I started posting about Bali from the minute I knew I was buying her. I started off on YouTube, and then eventually I moved over onto TikTok. I literally just did it for myself. Like, and even now, like, if no one was watching these videos, I would still be making them because I just enjoy it. Like, it's an extra hobby for me. And I absolutely love to be able to look back at mine and Bali's journey and watch every cute thing that we've done, every place we've been, everything we've overcome. Like, I've got everything on video and I can just go back and watch it all. And it's, for me, that is the best part of documenting mine and Bali's life on TikTok and on YouTube, is the fact that I can just go back and watch our whole life. Like, I've been doing it for about 5 years now, and the fact that I can go back to a very first moment we met and just rewatch it, and I watch them all the time. Like, most of my views are probably myself. So it's nice that I can go back and watch all those videos and just relive the moment. That's the only reason that I started posting and still post. Like, obviously it's so nice that people do watch them, and like, I love the fact that people watch them, and when people interact and comment and stuff like that is the best thing ever. But yeah, I absolutely just love filming them for myself. The next question is more about like my riding plans, which is very exciting. So the question is, do you have any future goals or plans with Bali, such as competitions or new disciplines? And I do. I got a lot of plans. So this summer is literally lining up to be the most exciting summer I have ever had. Because obviously me and Bali are going out now, and she's trailer trained. So I can just go and do everything I want to do. Everything I've wanted to do for years now, we can just go and do. So I am like so excited. So we've just booked to go to Summerford Camp, which is a 3-day camp at Summerford. And over the 3 days, you have 4 lessons. I'm doing a mixed one. So I do show jumping lesson, cross country lesson, dressage lesson, and a pole work lesson. And then I think while you're there, you can use the farm ride as well, but I'm not completely sure. And me and Bali are going there on our own, so hopefully I'll make some new friends. I'm going on the 21st of August, and I'm like, I'm so excited. I've wanted to do one of these for years, so now that Bali's finally trailer trained and I'm able to like take her out by myself without being like nervous or anything like that, I'm very much excited to do that. So that's like the biggest plan of the summer. But other than that, I want to do more fun rides this year. I did one last year and it was like the most fun I've ever had. So basically, like, every equestrian does this, like when you're driving down the road and you look at fields and you go, oh, can you imagine riding across that field? That is basically what fun rides are, and I had no idea this even existed until like the end of last summer. That's why I only ended up doing one. Basically they open up all the farmers' fields and you can just go hacking across all these farmers' fields, and like the whole path's like laid out for you. And I think the one I did was like something like, how many miles was it? I think it was like 5 or 6. I don't know, it was between 5 and 8 miles. I actually could not remember. But it was so much fun, and I went there on my own as well. And we just, on the way, like whilst we were riding around, I ended up catching up with these 2 girls, and we were going at the same pace, so I ended up just riding around with them for the whole thing, and it was just so much fun. I can't wait to do more of them this year. What else? I really want to go to, is it Milas in Wales? They do like very low key, very relaxed. They do dressage, show jumping and showing. I don't think I'll go there to do the showing, but definitely the show jumping and the dressage, because I'm really not into competing. I'm not competitive, but I do want to go and do it. Like, I want to see what it's like. So, Milas in Wales and Church Farm, they both do very relaxed, very chilled little competition days. So definitely gonna go give them a go. But we really do need to like practice our show jumping in the school. So that's, at the minute, that's like what I'm aiming to work on, like between now and like the start of like spring, summer. Really need to work on our jumping in the school, because we're not the best at it yet, you know what I mean? We definitely need to put some time into that before we go out and embarrass ourselves at a competition. Anyway, so what else is there? I think that pretty much covers it. Yeah, the fun rides, farm rides, obviously. I did a few farm rides last year. Like we did Tilston. I've been to Kelsall. Definitely go Kelsall again, because when I went it was quite wet. Tilston's my absolute favourite one though. Tilston, Kelsall, and then there was one in Wales I went to as well, but I'm not sure if I'll go there again, because it was like really hard to get to, and it was like that was the most terrifying drive of my life. Anyway, that was another story. Okay, so that's everything that I'm planning on doing this summer. It's gonna be so exciting. I'm really looking forward to the summer, like the spring, summer. As soon as the weather gets better, you won't be stopping me. I won't be stopping. I'll be out every weekend. Okay, final question. This is, what's the best tip you'd give someone who's just starting out riding? Now, the best tip I can give someone who is starting out riding is to just take it slow, enjoy every moment, don't compare yourself to other riders, just enjoy riding, just enjoy having the horse. I'm like 27 years old and I'm still learning, do you know what I mean? So it just takes time. Like, you should just enjoy every moment, just get on the horse and enjoy the ride. Like, don't worry about like everything else, you know, just enjoy the moment and just enjoy having the horse and riding the horse. Like, that's the best thing, that's the best advice I can give you. Don't compare yourself to others, just enjoy where you're at with your horse or the horse you're riding. Yeah, basically that's like, I feel like it's the best advice, because like I think people do try and rush what they're doing, or they're comparing themselves to others, and then they get themselves down about their own ride, and like I don't want to do that. I don't like to do that. I think it's just nice to just enjoy your own journey. Everyone's on a different journey, so just enjoy your own journey. The lighting is slowly getting worse and worse, so I'm going to end this video here. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I really enjoyed making it. If you have any more questions for me, put them in the comments, because I would love to do another one of these videos. Yeah, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.